Good afternoon, YouTubers. T-Square with T-Square Talks. Hope everybody's having a great day. Today was a little hard to come up with a video topic of what I wanted to do. And then, when you're frustrated and you just don't know really what to talk about, I couldn't find a comment that just really justified a good conversation. And then all of a sudden, scrolling through, I had something pop up on my news feeds. And the UK and the US started strategical strikes on the Houthis. And so I said, you know what? That kind of makes me wonder. What do you guys think? Is this going to increase the price of silver? Is this going to decrease the price of silver? Or is it just going to keep floating? I read all the comments pretty much. I don't get to reply back to everyone, but I try to catch everything. And I kind of have this belief that, unfortunately, the more war breaks out, the more chances are that silver and gold is going to increase in price. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that belief today. And some people will disagree with this. And I know I've got a good following on gold and silver. And I know I've got a group of either people that are anti-silver, but they manage to catch all my videos, or a group of bots that just always have a negative comment to say about precious metals. Now, first of all, let me start by saying, before I even go there, let me take a quick minute to say, please take a quick minute, hit that thumbs up button. If you guys enjoy the video, it really does help me out more than you know. We did just hit 10,000 subscribers, so we do have a giveaway that we are setting up. I expect it to happen next month, but I expect that I will have a video up probably within the next week or so, explaining the qualifications and everything on the giveaway. And not like there's any qualifications, but the process, I guess you could say, the odds, the this and that, what the prizes are, and that it will be pretty much live, so everybody can judge. People won't have to be here. We've already decided that. You simply will just have to comment on the giveaway video, most likely. And there will be some prizes that you will have to be present for, I believe, because one of the prizes that I want to give away, I don't even 100% know if I can give it away. It has to do with memberships. So that I haven't figured out yet, but YouTube has a way now, I've heard, to give away free memberships. And you can only give away one, and it's a 1-month membership, and you can give it out to anybody that you want. So I figure the best way is probably just give it away in a giveaway. So please help me out, hit that thumbs up, and let's get started. You know, a lot of people that leave me the negative comments, I always find that they can't back up their negative comments. Everybody wants to say they lost money on silver. That's pretty easy to say. They lost money on silver. So I know there's a certain amount of people that are kind of against silver. And if you're against silver because you're pro-gold, I can understand that. It's a great hedge against inflation. And it's a great safe haven asset as we essentially go into hard times and troubling times. And that's kind of where I believe what's going on now in the Middle East is. We are entering a period where, unfortunately, it comes around every 80 years or so, where you have different countries struggling to be the top dog. And I think right now that you have the U.S. and its allies trying to hold on to that. You have people that are trying to take that top spot away from the United States. It's been a great run, I won't lie, especially because I am in the United States. And then you also have the neutral people that are just kind of caught in the middle of it. Maybe they believe that, you know what, with everybody tied up with everything else, maybe this is my opportunity to take what I feel is ours and right for the country. So you've got, 3 groups essentially, and a lot of this comes down to having to fight for what you believe in. And when you have wars, it definitely can change a lot of values. You see a lot of wars happen when the economy's tanking. It's easy to blame inflation on the war. I've already seen, and because I've said that W word, it's probably not going to get a whole lot of views. So please hit that thumbs up. because I think this video could get slammed just because I said that. But I think that you're already seeing basically freights. They're blaming, the war and what's going on. We can't ship through that area now. We got to send it all the way around. It's raising the prices. The tariffs are raising the prices. The people that are upset about stuff, that's raising the prices. You're hearing a lot of stuff in the news, a lot of blames. So-and-so doesn't want to sell us any more stuff. You've got China supposedly buying huge quantities of different materials like coal, copper, wheat being a huge one. And I think that's because they know what's going to happen. They know that a lot of their wheat comes in from other countries. And here's the thing. When you look at strategically, a lot of these countries, you have to look at the way they're structured. China, they get a lot of their money from other countries. They ship out a lot of stuff, and essentially they get a lot of wheat into the country through imports. And if all of a sudden the imports were to slow down, what kind of impact could that have? A while back, we've seen how quick India decided we're no longer going to send our rice to any other country. No more exports of rice. And as when you see that, I mean, there's writing on the wall. You've got China dumping a lot of their U.S. treasuries. You've got a lot of banks right now that are increasing their interest rates. I actually spent an hour today with a bank talking to them about their interest rates that they're paying on CDs and special accounts. I was like, well, what's the deal with this one? And, they've got the 6-month CDs now that are paying 6%. Think about that. 6%? I think 5.5%, 5 something. I mean, when you start getting up there, that's racking up some money. They're willing to spend all that interest. Why? Well, essentially, they're one of two things. Either they're in trouble, which they're never going to tell you, or they just have a lot of people wanting to borrow money. But here's the thing. The more people are borrowing money, we know that most of society is overextended right now. These banks, they're not untouchable. A lot of people have this belief that the FDIC is makes them whole. It's not a guarantee. There's not enough money in the FDIC insurance to protect everybody. I remember when Hurricane Katrina hit New Orleans, and I remember when Hurricane Harvey hit here in Texas, and Windstorm was really kind of cutting back on what they were spending. I mean, they have to pay out claims. They don't have to put a whole new roof on your house. They can say, no, we're going to just fix this section of the roof, or we're just going to fix this or whatever, and they're going to look to cut costs. And I think when you start having a lot of this happening, it's a sign that they're in trouble. If all the banks decided tomorrow that essentially they're in trouble, FDIC can't help them all. And that's where basically the people are going to be hurting with bank bail-ins. And I know a lot of people don't like to think that that's possible. And I'll be honest, I definitely wouldn't want to put any large amount of money into a 6-month CD thinking, 6-month CD, it's safe and I'm going to make good profit off it. Because let's be honest, silver kind of flatlining right now. We're not seeing a lot of movement in silver. However, that doesn't mean that it's not going to just change overnight. That can literally change overnight. With banks, they'll more than likely, if things keep going, if everything doesn't come crashing down, they'll still pay out that 5%, 6%. But the problem, too, is what will it buy you? As we continue to print money, you can expect to see inflation continue to climb. Prices on stuff will continue to go up. And I certainly don't want to gain 5%, 6% interest if I'm going to lose it right back to essentially either a collapse in the banking system or to inflation. And that's one of the reasons why I do like gold and silver. I mean, right off the bat, when you're holding physical gold or silver like you see in front of you, there's no counterparty risk to that. You own it, you hold it, it's yours. Now, could you have some down risk that the price could go down? Absolutely. But when I talk to a lot of friends that I've gotten into collecting, I hear a common thing. And I'll ask you the questions that come up. Hey, if the price goes down to 20, are you worried about it? No, you're probably going to buy more. Are you going to buy more? If the price goes to 15, you might be freaking out that the stuff you've already bought is now worth maybe 40% less. I mean, if you literally see it go from 25, which is, despite what everybody says, oh, the silver price right now is 23. Let's be honest. If you can't find somebody to buy your silver for $1 over spot in this market, you're not looking. I don't believe. I really don't. You're not going to have it at an easy place. It's not going to be easy. You might want to stay low-key and casual, but there's ways around that. You could make up a Facebook account, a different Facebook account, and make everything set to private and essentially post something on Facebook Marketplace at $24 an ounce. And it would shock me if someone didn't snatch it up. I remember a while back, I saw someone had literally, I want to say it was like $100 worth of silver quarters. I tried looking up the person because, you get nervous too. You're meeting up with someone that wants to sell you silver on Facebook. With quarters, silver quarters, it's pretty obvious. You can spot a fake, I think. And they're not faking a whole lot of silver quarters and silver dimes, junk silver. Unless it's something high-end specialty. But on the flip side, you do have to worry about potentially being robbed, taken advantage of, mugged. And so people do worry about it. But, when I look at silver as it's a safe haven. It's a savings account. It's there. It doesn't have the counterparty risk. It does go up with inflation as times get harder. And I believe they will get harder. A lot of people are waiting on this devastating stock market blow, and we could see that, but it's not a guarantee we're going to see silver come down. I think if it did come down, I think all of a sudden during some major event, you could have these big banks all of a sudden cover all their short positions and then all of a sudden start buying. And the price just goes right back up, and all these short positions are now gone, and there's nothing holding it back. The idea that silver can never go up because it's used so much for iPhones and stuff, I personally don't agree with that, because the truth of the matter is, it doesn't matter. If you're paying $400, $500, I'm tight with my money, and I still spend $500, $600 on my Android. And the people that use Apple, they don't care what it costs. And I think that applies to a lot of people. They want the latest and greatest technology. So, with that being said, I think everything is pointing to an increase in silver over time. We just could have had to eat through it. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you guys think the price is going to do with silver and gold. Do you think it's going to go up? You think it's going to stay? If you're mixed matched on the two, go ahead and say that. I love reading y'all's comments, and I will talk to you guys again on T Square Talk. Thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you guys again on T Square Talk. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.